So this week I had off from work, from my other job besides the farm. And so I knew that I needed to go through my closet. So for those of you that don't know, I'm Carrie. I'm owner of Eagle Eye Farm. We've lived in this house and on this farm since 2019. Dawn and I started this adventure together. Unfortunately, she very much unexpectedly passed away in 2023. And so it was time for me to go through the closet. So I don't know if you've ever had somebody that passed away that needed to go through the closets. Even if you haven't, you know, spring cleaning, who looks forward to it? Not me. But as I was going through, I found this sweatshirt. And I knew that it was going to be emotional going through the closet because every single piece of clothing, I remember her, I remember what she was doing when she was wearing it, and I remember the emotions that I felt at that time. But this sweatshirt is something that's very special to me. So let me go over the reasons why it's so special. So it has our logo on it. So Eagle Eye Farm is the logo that we came up with. So we painstakingly came up with the dimensions for the alpacas, the colors for the alpacas, the color of the green. So this is something that we worked very hard on and something that represents us as a farm and as a couple. And it means so much to us, our name and our brand. And then on the back, we have no being left behind. And that's because Dawn was OCD. And so literally, whenever we're out cleaning up the alpaca poop, no bean ever gets left behind. Every single last bean has to be picked up. And so we were out there and she was telling me I wasn't doing a good enough job. And we were kind of talking to the other farm hands saying, you know, you got to make sure you're picking everything up. And I came up with this thing. I'm like, no being left behind. And Dawn and I busted up laughing, knowing that this is exactly what should represent our farm. No being left behind. Turning it back around. So Dawn was short. These are for her short little arms. She always cuffed the cuffs of her long sleeved shirts and sweatshirts. And then this right here is the most important part of the sweatshirt. So it's all these little rips. And you might say, well, this means that the sweatshirt is worth nothing. But in reality, that means that the sweatshirt is worth so much because Dawn was short. And so every time she would take that pail of poop and she would throw it over, then she would put a tiny little hole in the sweatshirt. And eventually it became tattered. So this sweatshirt, while it might not mean much to anybody, means so much to me because of all that it stands for. So I think in life, this represents so much that sometimes the things that you think are just inconsequential, that don't mean anything whatsoever, actually can mean so much and are so sentimental. So I would like to encourage everybody, I know that I'm going to be doing this more, to not take things for granted, to actually take time to contemplate what everything means. In this world that we are going in, where everybody's going at super fast pace, sometimes we just need to smell the roses. Literally smell the roses, smell the sweatshirt. I can still smell her. I'll value this forever. There are others that may not think that this is anything, but to me, this is my world.